Hello and good evening, team. I'm so excited that you're all here for our first weekly team call that I'm going to start doing each Thursday evening for you. If I've never got to meet your beautiful face, my name is Miranda and I'm a Ruby Ambassador with Plexus. And that if you're on this call, that means that you're somewhere in my downline, and I just haven't had the pleasure of meeting your face yet. So welcome again, and I'm going to go ahead and get started tonight. So I feel like tonight's call is all about helping you guys get into a position with your business to where you can really start working things a little bit more easily, more efficiently. I feel like we're all sort of in a transition in our lives, mainly us moms and dads who have children that are going back to school. And so things can get crazy. I know I'm going to have lots of teacher open house nights where we go and we sit and the teacher tells us everything. And I've got 3 kids, so I'll have 3 meetings to go to. My daughter's going to be in band, so we're going to have that. Just lots of crazy stuff going on, but yet we still want to be working our Plexus business and getting the most out of it. And so I really feel like tonight's call is going to help set up strategies for you to be able to do that in a consistent manner, help keeping your team grow and keep momentum going for each of us. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I will open up my PowerPoint that I made. It's really and truly not very long what our meeting is going to be about tonight. I'll try to keep it nice and short and sweet because, again, we're all very busy. I just got back from parent-teacher night, meeting the teachers, so I know a lot of y'all are there. And I'm recording this call, so we'll have it for future reference. So to start with, the thing that I feel like is really, really important is setting office hours. I've just recently done this. I've never done it before, so this is new for me. And I feel like it's really going to help me create healthy boundaries around my business. Boundaries are really necessary when it comes to Plexus or any, MLM that you're involved in. With our regular jobs, we clock in, we clock out. So it's very easy to have boundaries. When we're home, we're home. When it comes to Plexus, it's not like that. In fact, a lot of times we're working our Plexus business once we get home from our regular jobs, right? And you just can't do your business 24/7. You'll get burned out, you'll get exhausted, you'll start to regret doing it. And so it's really important to do this. And you want to include your family in this conversation because they're also going to be impacted by you working your Plexus business. So sit down and have a conversation with your spouse and your children. Include them in what's going on. Share your goals with Plexus with them, and y'all together decide what works best for you as a family for you to work your Plexus business. Full-time workers, again, figure out where Plexus can fit into your schedule. It might be really hard, but if your why is big enough, then you can really do anything. My husband is an ambassador on my team. He works a regular job that's around 7 to 4 every day. And so he works his Plexus business first thing in the morning when he gets up. He gets up really early and he spends about 30 minutes just on Plexus. And then when he gets home, he recently set Plexus office hours as well. I work from home, so my boundaries are a little bit wider. I can work my Plexus business a little bit during the day, but I've also decided to take certain days off in the evenings to be able to just take a break, turn off my phone, and just have family time. So once your Plexus hours are set, there's no guessing when you're going to work your Plexus business. So that takes the guesswork all out of it. You become more productive. You know when you get to work your business. And you're empowered to say no if you need to. I personally struggle with this all the time. If anybody sends me a message, I feel like I have to answer it immediately. That's just my personality. And so, again, it's very difficult for me to do that. Now, I've gotten the question a lot. People say, if somebody messages you during your off hours, what do you do? Well, if it's somebody who's ready to sign up, then I would say it's up to you whether or not you answer that. I always think people can wait if they need to, but if not, if you're really excited to do that, then go for it. If it's an ambassador with a question, then I think the best route of action is, unless it's an emergency, let them try to figure out the answer for themselves. And usually that helps them to grow as well. It helps them to go search and find the answer instead of you constantly doing that. Not that that's bad, but if it's during your off hours, unless it's an emergency, probably just let that go until the next day, okay? And then at the end here, after I'm done with my slideshow, I'm going to show you the calendar that I've created that has my office hours on there and helps to keep me organized. All right, weekly Zoom calls for your team. Like I'm doing today, right? So again, I'm just now setting all this up for myself, and I want to duplicate it for y'all because I feel like it's going to be really, really impactful for each of us. Weekly Zoom calls are really, really important. I did them for a while, and then I got away from them. Life gets busy. I wasn't super dedicated, but I'm really rededicating myself to doing these now. I feel like they're very, very important. Engaging with your team on a weekly basis is really imperative. You need to be motivating, inspiring, and encouraging your team often. The business can be very difficult, which we all know, and so we constantly need that motivation and encouragement. And it does not matter if you have 1 ambassador on your team or 1,000 ambassadors. It's important to train your team, period. And even if you do have a small team, 1 or 2 people, you're going to be growing as you do these calls. You're going to be learning, and you're going to be learning to become a better leader for your team. So again, doesn't matter how big or small your team is, you still need to be doing those. If you're feeling overwhelmed with the idea of doing one every single week, then I recommend that you partner up with somebody that is in your sideline, and y'all could rotate weeks. You do 1 week and they do the next week, and you do them for both of your teams together. If you're not sure who you should partner up with, message your sponsor and see if they've got somebody that they feel like would be a good fit for you. Your topics do not need to be super detailed or super lengthy. I made this PowerPoint basically for me, to help me be able to tell you exactly what I needed to. It was for my organization. Obviously, I hope that it helps you, but you do not need to have a big PowerPoint. Your topic doesn't need to be super long. In fact, short and sweet is actually better. You're going to keep their attention span, and they're not going to get lost and confused. We can only hold so much information at the end of the day. So don't feel like it has to be this huge, amazing presentation, because it absolutely does not. And if you're not sure what to do your Zoom calls about, message your direct sponsor. They'll have plenty of really good ideas for you. Become an expert in your back office. This is really important, and it's something that I struggle with. My back office is really scary. I have almost 300 ambassadors on my team. Not all of them are active. Don't freak out when I say that, but it can become very daunting to look at all of that. But it's also very, very important. If I want to continue to rank advance and help my runners rank advance, then I have to know what's going on in my back office. So again, this is where strategy comes in. When you help others rank advance, you meet your own goals as well. So who do you need to help in your back office to rank advance next, right? So that's where looking in there and looking at your points comes in. Type up your runners and their point goals every single month. What is the total? So the total of those point goals will give you an estimate of where you're going to be at the end of the month. So that'll help you strategize more as well. So spend around 5 to 10 minutes daily in your back office. It doesn't need to be a great length of time. Know who doesn't have their backup order on, so you can reach out to them and help them get that on. Understand why each ambassador is a white line. That's very important as well. Who has the highest PV? Who is enrolling new ambassadors? Who is close to rank advancing? Again, these are all really, really good, important things for you to know in order to help your team grow and advance. So again, spending a little time every day in that back office is really, really important. Talk to your runners once a week. So I've been doing this for quite a while now, and I have a weekly call with Kim, who's our Emerald upline, and I look forward to it every single week. I look forward to talking to my runners, and it really gives us a chance to motivate and grow and help each other stay excited. I learn something from every single call. They're really, really important. The call should be no longer than 30 minutes. And I recommend using the phone. I feel like when it's on the phone, we're more focused and dedicated to our time together, whereas if it's via Facebook chat or email, it's just not quite as, what's the word? I don't know. We just don't get as much done. It's just not as effective as when it's over the phone. So I feel like really having that scheduled phone call every week is really, really crucial. And here are a few examples of questions you can ask them to come prepared to answer each week. What was your win for the week? So it doesn't have to be something huge, and it doesn't even have to be something related to Plexus. We just want them to recognize something that's positive that they've done this week, because that's important. We tend to really focus on the negative, and we don't really focus on the great things we've done each week, which is important for us. What ambassador are you most proud of? That's important as well. What are your points or point goal for the month, and how can I help you this week? I feel like my runners don't necessarily take the best advantage of that, because I really am willing to help in any way. So your upline is there to help you. And this is just kind of some ideas of how you can go about with these phone calls. Speaking to your leaders is necessary. This is a relationship business. That's what MLMs are, right? And so we have to be doing that every single week. And if you have questions, just reach out to your sponsor. Or if you don't have a weekly call with your sponsor yet, message them and say, hey, I want to do a weekly call with you. Let's do that. Lastly, monthly event or webinars. So it's really important that we are scheduling these at least once a month. And I'm talking about you yourself. I do them often, but obviously I want y'all to duplicate what's happening. So running events is going to be crucial. This can be done with a sideline or a downline. So you can do it with somebody who's in your sideline, or you can do it for one of your downline to help get their business going. Events are very inspiring. If you've never been to one, I highly recommend that you get to one. They really keep you motivated. All the live testimonies are very, very powerful. So people really get it when you get them to an event or a prospect to an event. And this can be a Facebook event, it can be an actual Civancy event, or it can be a webinar. So it doesn't actually have to be, one thing or the other. If you've never done a Facebook event, I think that's a really great place to start. And if you've never done one and you want to do one, just message your sponsor. A lot of us have done them. They're super, super simple and a lot of fun. And of course, actual Civancy events or webinars are great too. And again, ask your upline for help. I promise you, if you want to host an event, your upline is going to be more than willing to want to help you do that, okay? And then I wanted to remind y'all of the two things we have coming up. There's a Civancy event that's going to be at my house on Sunday. I'm hosting it with my spouse, and that'll be at 3 o'clock. So again, like I said, if you've never been to one, here's your perfect chance, and to bring a prospect with you. So I'm excited about that. And also, we are still promoting our gut health challenge. It's going to start on September the 1st. So basically, that would be a new customer wanting to try our gut health products, the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse, for 30 days. And they'll be put into a special Facebook group where they're going to get lots of education on gut health, the chance to win $25, lots of recipes from our health coaches, stuff like that. So definitely be promoting those, okay? All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I want to show y'all a couple of things. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. With all that I've told you, again, it can be very overwhelming. So this is something that I've actually done myself this last month to keep me organized, and I have sent it to Kim so that I'm accountable to her. And over here, you can see that I'm doing my weekly Zoom calls on Thursdays at 7. This is the weekly calls I have with my runners. These are my runners listed right here, what their points were last month and their goals this month, and then obviously mine back here. I want to challenge every single one of you to do this. And I want you to get it to your direct sponsor and to me by next Thursday. So that gives you a full week to do it. Okay, and I'm going to post this on the team page with the recorded version of the meeting here so that y'all have that for reference. And then lastly, let me see. Hang on. I'm trying to get out of this, y'all. I'm not that savvy. There we go. Okay. To help with your office hours and your schedule, because I know that gets crazy. I know it does for me. There is this really cool calendar called Team Up Calendar. You can find it online, and it's just a free program that you can sign up for, and it gives you access to an online calendar that you can use. And so at the top, you can see where my office hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2:30 in the afternoon. And then on Wednesday and Friday evenings, I'm not available. So I can do stuff on Monday evening, Tuesday evening, and Thursday evening. So this might be a really good tool that you can utilize to help you keep track of your office hours and just your schedule. I even put my weekly calls on here. That's my weekly call with Kim. This one's with Tisha. This one's with Blanche. All that good stuff to be helpful. So I hope that helps. Now I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to unmute y'all. Tisha.
Yes.
Were you able to see my Excel spreadsheet when I put it up there?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to do it again. I kind of thought that happened. There it is. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I feel really stupid now, but that's okay. I'm not an expert with the Zoom call, y'all. See, I'm still learning too. So as I was saying, I have all my stuff listed out over here. So this keeps me organized each week and each month with my runners and their point goals, my weekly calls, when I'm going to have my Zoom call, and all that good stuff. And this is what I was saying that I would like for you to do and turn into your direct sponsor and to me by next Thursday. And this is what I'm going to post on the team page along with the recorded version of the Zoom call that I did tonight. So, cool?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, do y'all have any questions for me? Y'all are all unmuted, so y'all are all going to be quiet.
No questions for me.
No questions.
All right. Well, I love y'all, and I'm so glad y'all came. And if you have any questions about anything, you know where to find me. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye.